Do you guys want to go through today with the separately with the downtime points kind of thing, or do you guys have a plan for large groups, specific stuff?
Does anyone want to join me in trying to do magic at the place where Robin was last seen?
Yeah.
I feel like that could be a narrative moment. It might not be, but it could end up being.
Yeah. Finding out what happened to Robin and also see what kind of magic we can do here. I think those are both worthwhile goals.
Sam was asking how you guys feel of him dumping all of his XP into getting a better magic specifically so he can reliably cast Puppeteer.
Jason doesn't like that. We shouldn't be using evil magic.
Finley's, yeah, we shouldn't use evil magic.
I think either one, it's like how you use it. If you used Puppeteer to get someone who was about to do a mass shooting to drop their gun or shoot themselves instead, that would be a good thing to do.
Yeah, I'm not.
But it's just that it's easily abused. But so are a lot of things. Yeah.
Finley's blood magic's pretty easy to use. Not that I would know.
I mean, okay, I am interested in how Path of Signs really works here because it was a little different from the other schools of magic in the Ravenland, so I wonder if it's different here as well. Yeah, so like in the Ravenlands, like most of the types of magic were like the experience of learning it was like, oh, like you have a interaction with this god and they like grant this power to you. But then like people's description of their Path of Signs initiation involved, oh, I can see the symbols I can see the stuff that the world is made of. Like I can see the symbols. So I wonder if it's a similar. I don't know. Can you even be like? How would being initiated into a new school of magic in this world even happen? Could it happen? I don't know.
So I'll tell you the answer. Just kidding. But I think an answer to Hallie's first question that would be answerable by Vikessa, and that's roughly along the lines of in the Ravenlands magic. You can feel its source. You can feel where it's coming from, and you tap into that source. You can feel it as some different magics encounter it in different ways. Magic school, I often describe it as a river or whatever. It's very like flow, like it's very, or it can be like visual stuff, like signs, symbols, and the symbols of magic. It's more of like a visual experience, being able to see this source of magic, being able to see like visual representations of it, sigils and stuff that you're trained in. You're trained in seeing certain sigils. You would be able to see these things like subliminal, whatever, and those. Yeah, the symbols and stuff that you're trained in signs magic, they, like when you're tapping into that, drawing sigils and stuff like that, there might be things like exactly where in space to draw it is important based on some visual feedback you're getting. Those kinds of things haven't happened so far as in your experience here. There's no feedback from some source beyond you. There's no, it doesn't feel like there's a current of magic. It doesn't feel like there's a underlying patterns jumping out at you, that kind of stuff. Yeah. So it seems.
Yeah, I guess we could have a day of magical experiments.
A day of magic.
Okay, who wants to just go with me to the spot where she was last seen and just try shit?
Trying to do magic and find Robin sounds good to me. I'm game. Okay, so the options are there's look at City Hall for records of certain buildings, try to do magic place Robin disappeared, and was there a third?
I think there's lots of potential things we could do, but those are the only two that I recall being proposed in this session.
Okay. Yeah. I would like to try to do magic, I believe. And I think trying it where Robin is a good idea. Also, probably spend some time at the lab, working on the Soma. Got stuff to do. But yeah, I wanted to go try to do magic and try to learn more about Robin. So I'm game for that.
Cool. Who's coming with?
I'm not hearing from Patrick or Matt.
Yeah, Jason will go with you. He'll be like, I just got videos to watch. Might as well. But you'll probably want some good investigator eyes out there.
We can help each other learn to do magic.
Vincent will go.
Okay, what is Vincent's like? So you saw the magic last night, and now they're all talking about, hey, we're gonna go do magic out in the. Are you like saying anything about it, or just keeping your responses private?
I'll just keep them private.
Okay. And all right, so Helga's going as well. Finley will come. Yeah, whole group. Yeah, Vincent and Alyssum and Jasen and Finley and Helga. Heading off to Jamaica. Heading off to Jamaica. Get your shorts. Today is Saturday, October 3rd, 66 degrees, sparse showers, so it's a little bit rainy.
I might still be wearing cargo shorts and chacos.
Yeah, who knows? Okay, and something real quick. All right, so I'm going to assume this Actually, I'm not going to say anything yet. All right, so you guys load up into both your cars. Is Vincent taking his... There's not enough room in Jason's car for 5 people? Yes. Yes, there would be. Just a little crammed in the back seat. You guys want to do that, or
Sounds
another
good. I mean,
method of...
Helga's small, it's fine.
What about Vincent?
I could just drive the van.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
separately?
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, you could set up a little video watching station in the van for if anyone gets bored, they can watch through footage.
All
yeah.
right. Okay, so at 8 a.m., Jason, you get a call from a guy with a Latin accent, and he says, Jason, you wanted to meet me? We're gonna meet. I can't do Latin accent right now, but apparently he's Italian. So yeah, he says, let's meet. You wanted to talk.
Yeah. When's good for you?
He says, meet me 2 p.m. in Fordham. He says, he gives you a street corner. But yeah, meet me on the corner of whatever Morris and 190th at 2 p.m.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, man.
He says, no problem. Okay. And you guys head out, and it takes about, get to there, driving about 40 minutes drive to get out to Jamaica. So you're trying to go to the last place she was seen. Technically, the last place she was seen was at her home. I mean, by family. So, though apparently she was seen by gang members.
Well, shouldn't we go to where the pawn shop is? Wouldn't that be the last place she was seen?
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Going there.
Let's see.
Something happens while you're driving. Actually, you're driving across. To get there, you take the highway. At one point, you're going. So heading through Brooklyn Residential, and you're taking the 495. It's a raised highway, and at one point, a couple of you looking out the window, and down in a neighborhood, just on a street, in a neighborhood that you're passing, it's like a gang of people, and someone is on their knees, and you see them get executed as you're passing by, like somebody get shot in the head.
Oh shit.
Can we tell anything about what the gang was from how they're dressed?
They look like just some small, like, street gang, like just wearing like jerseys and shit, and there's nothing distinctive, about them. White shirts, white t-shirts. You'd be passing through Brownsville, actually. Yeah, it's not a good neighborhood. We just had a big echo.
Is Whitesville a better neighborhood?
Ooh.
Okay, so I assume you guys aren't like pulling over, going, like that. Yeah, you continue on. All right, so you make it there, and you're now at the site of. You're at the video store, pawn shop area with the tire screechies were, that kind of thing, tire marks. So, what do you guys do?
Jason is going to try to cast the ultimate invest
AI
in his mind. He's gonna see the past. He's imagining that he has this eyeball on his forehead that can see back in time. He's like humming. He's standing there. He's trying to channel the magic.
Okay. So, let's see. You're trying to see back in time. How far back in time?
When was the crash?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So it was that crash. What was roughly? I'll give you more exact. I think you would know the exact time and stuff.
Yeah, Jason has it written in his notebook.
Yeah. So that
Interview
was
the people.
September 19th at. What was it, like 11 a.m.? Or maybe more like 11:15 a.m. So from today, October 2nd and 3rd to September 19th. That's 2 weeks, exactly 2 weeks to the day, and less than 24 hours. Okay.
And Jason says as he's doing this, I'm gonna activate the power of the
Also,
investigator.
so you're using, what do you imagine that you're like using? How are you making sense of this, and what skills would you say that you're using to rationalize this? Like, what innate ability of yours does it feel like you're tapping into?
Investigator.
Okay, and so nothing happens.
Jason gets a sad look on his face. All right, does anyone else want to try?
Cast? To do magic? Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, it is. Yes,
Okay.
I'm answering for them.
Okay.
Vincent will hang out in the van and watch.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So I imagine you guys are like just out on the sidewalk, like in front of the pawn shop, just like standing around. It's raining a little bit. maybe standing under eaves, watching the cars go by. It's a pretty big, busy street.
Yeah, okay. Alyssum, when you successfully cast, do you remember picturing anything specific or like a sensation you were going after? Do you have any guidance whatsoever? I realize to some degree this is something we probably need to figure out for ourselves, and probably our respective triggers are different because the world is
Yeah.
different. But any guidance?
So when I did it before, I was doing a spell that already exists. I don't
Mhm.
know exactly what Vikessa was envisioning when she did a spell that doesn't exist, but I think the key is to have an understanding of what you're manipulating.
Okay.
And I believe that this reality that we're in is, I think that our thoughts and the reality that we are seeing are like made of the same stuff. Like I think this is a simulation, probably. So that's how I'm thinking of it.
Okay.
I also have observation investigator, so I could attempt a similar thing and see if it works. I guess first
Okay.
I'll meditate a little bit because I think that helps.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna I'm gonna try and meditate on this. Repeat this idea while I'm meditating that like, reality and thoughts are the same.
Okay, so you said you're trying to meditate?
Yeah, so I'm meditating first. 3 successes on my meditation.
Okay.
So I'm gonna basically I'll find like I'm gonna sit on the sidewalk like within sight of the tire skids and do this meditation. And then trying to cast a spell. I'm basically like going to ask
You're sitting in the middle of the street?
no, on the sidewalk,
Okay.
but staring at the within view of the tire skids.
Okay.
Trying to get a direction from this point that we're at now. The direction that she went in.
All right. Okay, so how precise of... All right. What do you imagine is the mechanism of this spell? How are you imagining that it is possible? What energy you manipulating? What is its ration? How are you rationalizing it as possible?
That this like simulated universe has a memory of things that have happened inside of it, and it's revealing one. I'm looking at the metadata of this Burger King magic.
Okay.
All thoughts.
Yeah. All right. So roll your insight magician, plus your observation investigation. All is base dice minus 15.
22 minus 15. Where's still? How about the doner kebab chest? 2 successes.
All right. So yeah, you get after 15 minutes, you just spend that 15 minutes concentrating on that, and then for a brief moment, you get a flash of insight of her moving north. Yeah, several weeks ago on this spot. Yeah, moving roughly north.
Continuing to go north. Okay. Does Alice feel anything after she does these? She doesn't feel fatigued. She doesn't need to spend willpower.
No.
What does it feel like?
It just feels you're imagining what you described, and it's cognitive effort. You're trying to imagine very clearly, and then it feels like an answer comes to you in this case. And it feels like a brief vision, almost like you can see car tires moving across the concrete in front of you. You're using your investigation skills, so you're like also trying to like fixating on the road and the area around, like trying to see into like the code of the road and this area and stuff. And it's like for a second you almost, it feels like you see a code, see some, but it's hard to describe. And because you're also computer savvy, that there's a flash of like insight that you can imagine computer stuff pretty well too. But it's almost like kind of reminds you of the Matrix.
Okay.
Because you've seen the Matrix.
It is like she went north, continued north from here, possibly in a car. It's possible she was picked up by the Latin Kings. Do we know why she was with the Jamaicans?
Okay, so you're asking me, your character, to remember more clearly. The guys said that they found the girl was out in the neighborhood asking about someone and approached people from the Jamaican gang, and they assumed she was like a spy from some other gang, and so they took her prisoner, and then they decided, no, she's just some girl, and you didn't hear much detail about who and what and why, but she was kept, and then a car that she was in presumably crashed, and she ran away.
She was looking for someone, asking questions about someone.
Jasen, Vikessa, and Vincent might be able to have a clue about that looking for someone bit.
I remember she thought she was like a fairy, queen of the fairies.
The Queen of Fairies.
Her mother told you that she was looking for her sister named Isa, but she doesn't have a sister.
That's right.
And then, why would the Latin Kings pick up a random kid if they didn't have some I laid down in the wrong position. No. Ow. Ow. Ugh. Okay, so she's looking for another sister. Okay, bye. Bye. Thanks. Okay, Jason, you have a meeting coming up with the Latin Kings. What's the plan for? Do you think you can find out info without alerting them that you're looking for her?
They should already know that I'm looking for her.
Oh, you already
I
talked
brought it
about
up
that.
before.
To the Latin Kings? You brought up to
Why?
the Latin Kings that you were looking about, trying to learn about Soma.
I also brought up that I was interested in the Jamaican gang. That's who I was talking to them about, was the Jamaican gang.
Oh, okay.
I told them that I knew something about Soma.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they would want to keep her from us.
Unless they know that she's special.
Maybe they're working with the architects.
Something like that.
I'm beginning to feel like you don't believe in the architects.
I have an open mind to the architect.
Let's go with back to maybe Sam for a moment. Your investigation. You're going in, you're looking at plans, city plans, and you're trying to find out information about underneath Journal Square in Jersey City. What tunnels are where? That kind of stuff. Give me a, let's say it's a scholar history roll +2.
4 successes.
4 successes. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. Discover that there's definitely some old tunnels under there that were abandoned, no longer used, and in fact there were. So on your little Miro pad, I would call it. There's that little map.
Whiteboard.
Yeah, your little gray board, your little Miro whiteboard. Operation Korea. I put a little map there that shows the entry to the Korean facility and where you exited. There's definitely tunnels that lead in that direction and more. So yeah, there's a tunnel that goes underneath that's big enough there was like a former subway tunnel, but was abandoned and like in the 50s, and it runs underneath where that entrance, the original entrance to the Korean facility that you're aware of. It goes north and it crosses the tracks. It goes northeast a little bit, and it goes underneath Journal Square itself. Crosses the tracks and goes on for another kilometer, but it's like a fragment. They stopped building it, and there's an assortment of other different maps that show different kinds of underground areas, like sewage and water drainage and electrical maintenance, and a couple underground roads that were tunnels, that proposed tunnels, and some that were built. It's all crisscrossed, around there. City's got depths.
Okay, I'll make some copies.
Okay.
How long did that take?
So I'd say that was about 5 hours of research. So I'll go back to the other guys then.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So what you guys are there on the street, bumming around, slinging spells. Yeah, it's been, I don't know, maybe an hour.
Okay, all right.
You guys doing that?
We gained nothing of value, but an understanding of how making up spells goes.
I mean, do we actually know, or just we know how it doesn't work?
We know, we successfully made a spell work. It just didn't give us much usable information.
Yeah. So as you guys are your experience with trying to do that, it's a strange experience because your mind here from the New York, remember, kind of fights against it, and so it's and so does just the restrictions of the physical world, the world being real or apparently real here, and seeing it as real is all almost a barrier. It's if you had it, if there was a mental state that was completely malleable and free from restrictions of the physical world, it feels like it would allow you to practice making the imagining of a particular spell much more concrete. To practice imagining a spell or something like that more concrete, you would need some way to prevent your mind from the distracting limitations of the experiences that make the spell difficult to imagine.
So that blackout state that's really easy to meditate in when we're in those blackout areas, that could meditating there and getting to that imagined reality could be a good practice space to figure out spells to then try and use consciously later.
Okay, so you think we should go to the edge of town maybe, or the barrier, for lack of a better term? You think we should go there and practice and see what happens?
Let's try it.
Okay, let's do it. I feel like we should pick up. Okay, let's do it. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay. Is Vincent coming with?
I'll follow later.
Follow later?
Yeah.
I'll come now, but I'll follow later.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Oh, go ahead.
I want to try the thing again.
Okay. All right. Sure. So
Making paella.
yeah, he's trying to make a paella. He's just trying to be secret about it. So the rest of you, where are you going?
Let's see, let me pull up the map. Where are we right now?
You are in the middle of the Queen's East, Jamaica Hills, roughly.
Let's see. What's the farthest? Is there an area nearby that we know is a blackout area?
The closest that you experienced from here that you had that wasn't you, but Jasen and Vikessa went to Hollis to talk to Robin's parents.
Okay, where is that?
Just east.
Okay,
Less
yeah,
than 20 minutes.
let's do that, and let's try and pinpoint exactly where the spot is.
All right.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, Jason would show them where it is, where he blacked out when he was going to Robin's parents' house.
If it happened on the highway, we could exit the highway before it happens and go on surface streets and try and pinpoint a spot on like surface streets somewhere where it's safe to stand and walk back and forth instead of a highway.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. You guys get off the highway like you've just entered Hollis, and you're like in Queens Village, and pull off the highway, and you stop at some like outside in the parking lot of a like some furniture store, and it's like you're like in the middle of a neighborhood, that middle income neighborhood, and you might just start walking down the street in the direction, or you're gonna drive until you think you're blacked out and then turn around.
Let's walk.
Okay.
Walking is good. And should we maybe go in a single file line so we can tell when somebody crosses it or not? Or would that not make a difference?
How would you be able to tell when somebody crosses it?
Good point.
So if we go into it with a preconceived notion of when we cross it, like we're gonna do a certain action. Okay, I guess as soon as I cross into it, I'm gonna twirl around. Then when you see someone twirl around, they've done it. I'm gonna twirl around and then walk back 10 steps. And we'll go single file at a leisurely pace.
Everybody agree with that?
Agreed.
Okay. All right, you guys start walking down the sidewalk, and you're watching. Who's first?
I'll go first.
Okay, so you guys are watching Alice to like start doing a I'm blacked out dance, and Alice, you black out.
And dance.
You all black out.
No,
You didn't see anybody dancing in front of you.
that didn't work.
It didn't work. So you are now in your own isolated zone.
If I
Blackoutness.
okay, I'm gonna tell myself like I'm going to walk back 20 steps the way I came. Do I eventually
Wait,
not
hold
black
on.
out, or do I just stay blacked out?
Hold on.
What's
I
up,
knew
Matt?
that this plan was bad from the beginning. And so my idea was, and I just haven't been able to assist, I've been dealing with Paige, but
Okay.
we should just walk in circles around blocks. So we like walk around a block and then we go one more block and walk around that block until we realize that we black out.
Could be a flashback.
All right, that's flashback.
Wait, everybody want to do that?
Makes sense to me. I'm willing to try.
Okay, so you do black out doing this, and you black out for about 20 minutes, all of you. What do you do during those 20 minutes?
So we're like in that blackened meditative nothingness, right?
Let's just complete sensory deprivation. It's not
Okay.
meditative per se, because your mind is going to do what minds do. Your mind isn't at all affected by it, other than there's no more sensory information or somatic information.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, I shouldn't have eaten dinner. Oh,
No.
Alright,
oh no. Okay.
Jason spends it thinking about the key. He's just thinking about the key.
okay. So you guys are trying something. Alright. How about Solga?
So I'm in this blackened sensory nothingness, yeah?
Yeah.
I want to try to create light. And maybe not create, I want to invoke light. I want to, maybe not a ton of light, just enough so I can see the glow off my hands, like a little orb, hold my hands together. I want to think about light and the light properties that I know of as a person who lives in 2015 who's ostensibly been to college as a scientist. I think about like the
Okay.
photons reflecting off of things, the energy behind it. I want to try to make light, just enough to like a little orb, maybe my hands, I can see it.
Okay,
I can
give
see,
me...
like, my hands illuminate.
Sure. Give me an insight mindful roll -2.
Mindful? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't answer that. I'm having holy shit.
You should have rolled to be 6 skill because I said -2.
What? Mindful?
Yeah, I said
That's-
insight mindful -2. You
Oh, for me it says
maybe I'm the one that's stupid.
it
Okay,
says
I'm the
10
one.
for me with
Hey,
no
hey,
red.
you're both stupid.
Yeah, okay, we're all stupid here. All right, you're right. Okay, you failed at
I
mean,
rolled
well,
10 dice and I failed you all.
Yeah, it happens. So you spend that time trying to imagine, and you do a good job of imagining light shining in your hands. You get a mental image of it. Okay, you can imagine stuff. It's easier to imagine stuff when you're in this state. Okay, how about Hallie? What does Alice do in this 20 minutes?
Okay. I guess I don't know if I have. In the past, how long has it taken me to get into the lucid dreaming state?
It about 5 minutes.
Okay, I'll try and do it then. I'll try and get into that lucid dreaming zone.
Okay, insight mindful -2.
Oh no. Okay. I fail. Can I try again after that 5 minutes is up?
Yeah, with a further -2.
Isn't in the past, wasn't it easier?
What do you mean?
Like meditating, I remember getting bonuses to it when we were blacked out.
Yeah, I'm just not telling you the bonus. It's normally
okay.
entering this lucid state is a -5, but you're getting a +3 for being in this complete sensory deprivation.
2 successes on my second attempt.
Okay, yeah, so it takes a little bit longer, but yeah, you enter that state. What are you imagining? Sounds like you're imagining you walking.
Yeah, I'm imagining that I'm standing on the street, and in one hand I have a package of Reese's peanut butter cups, and the other hand I have a Snickers bar.
Okay, so it is.
So it is.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm going to imagine that I am manipulating the fabric of reality to turn the Snickers bar into also peanut butter as a spell.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You do that. You're like shifting it back and forth, stuff like that. And then a few minutes later, you are back in. You're aware again. This is, by the way, here's posting a picture in the group chat of what the neighborhood you're walking through looks like. So you're all lucid and aware again, and you all now have a memory of having just walked around the block.
Okay.
Actually, no. So no, or rather, walked halfway around the block. You walked around the block. You turned left. And you turned left again, and now you're walking south.
Okay.
Or rather, westward.
I'm gonna make a note.
towards the car.
I'm gonna make a note in my phone of the address of the house that we like wake back up in front of.
Okay.
And put like a direction indicating the blackout zone.
Right.
Okay, let's find a convenience store.
Bodega?
Yeah, I guess I should have attempted this before trying to see if it was any easier. I fucked up the experiment.
It's alright. That's all part of the scientific process. We'll keep trying.
So you're trying
Lots
to find
to
a
learn here.
convenience store, like in an area where you are not blacked out,
Yes,
or are blacked out.
or not.
Okay. There's one 5 blocks in the direction you came from.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So you guys walk back there. It's now about almost noon. Yeah. It's more like 11.
Okay, here's my thought. I buy some cheap thing, whatever, break it, try and magically repair it, see how difficult it is, go into the blackout zone, try and practice it in there, and then try and do it again and see if it's any easier. You guys have any input on that plan, or maybe a simpler thing that could test this?
Thinking. I'll get back to you.
So Hallie, what was it exactly that you were trying to do in your vision?
It doesn't matter because I fucked it up by not trying it outside of the vision first, so it's useless as an experiment.
So to do a good experiment, I think, I would suggest using, let's say, a pen. So you buy a package of pencils. Excuse me. Buy pencils, have a package. You look at a whole one, then you break one, and you observe the differences between the broken and the whole one. Then you break another one and try to repair that by observing between the whole one and the broken one, and kind of
reassemble it.
Yeah, in a metaphysical sense, where you're just kind of looking at there's no difference between these other than there's air molecule in these two, and then perhaps break yet another one and then take that into the blackouts. But I think it's important to have the whole one and the unbroken one in the real world without you acting upon it to observe and be what is the difference? You really focus on the difference and how you acted upon it and how it was different and perhaps how you could unmake that difference. This is purely scientific guess. This is not a clear this is the right answer. Might lead to something. It also very well might not.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I think it's important to observe the differences. Again, this might be total crock of shit, but this is something we can at least try, and it might not be successful, but then we've still learned something if we're not successful.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so let's do what Rachel's suggesting. Go buy some pencils, break one, observe them, break another one, and then try and magically repair it.
Okay. By the way, at this point, I think Vincent would have made his way to you. Yeah. So Vincent's hanging out with you if that's what Vincent wants to do. And all right, so you are in the waking world. You are breaking a pencil, and so you're breaking a pencil, and then you're going back to that address. I was letting you guys plan, and I wasn't listening.
Yeah. Okay, so we're trying to figure out if practicing a spell in the blackout zone makes it easier to perform in real life. Real life in quotations. So the idea is to think of a very simple act of magic, try and complete it, see how difficult it is. Doesn't really matter if you fail or not. And then go do the same thing, go to the blackout zone, lucid dream, practice doing it there, and then come back out, attempt it again, and see if it's any easier. And Rachel's suggestion was to try and breaking and recreating, repairing a pencil would be a fairly simple spell to do.
Yeah, start small, and I think observing the differences and how to like undo the differences or mend the differences, bridge the gap.
Yeah. All
Because
right.
magic here is different than it is at home, and we have to learn from it. And the only way we can learn is by trying stuff. And I'm gonna be blunt. You were the strongest spellcaster of us at home, and here you're also like very educated and know all kinds of things, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I guess I could do a scholar natural science
Hmm.
for that.
All right.
I'm sure
So
that would help, but that's why we're trying stuff.
okay. So you are breaking a stick, or that the pencil.
Mhm.
And who's going to try to mend it?
Any of us could, or I could.
How long are you taking to try to do that?
5 minutes.
Okay.
Helga would try, but she's feeling discouraged. She had a good handle, a good grasp of what was needed, and was like, I might be the person to do this.
All right.
She was quite bad at it, but in the Raven Life.
You were rank 3 healer.
Yeah, but I also cursed someone to be a god and blew off my own arm and did a wish, and there was just lots of shenanigans.
I mean, standard magic user.
Yeah, but
Okay. So Hallie, you're
magic use.
so Alyssum, you are rolling. So what? Let me be blunt. What skill are you using to imagine this being possible and rationalize in your mind the mechanics of repairing this pencil?
I'll use scholar natural science to like understand the structure of the wood and like what it's like when it's whole, what forces break it, and then to reverse those forces.
Okay. So roll. So that'll be 22 dice minus 15. Oh, actually, before I do that, describe to me again how is it you're imagining it?
Like the specific one, or just like her concept of how magic is working.
How is specifically repairing this pencil?
Yeah, like she's taking her understanding of the structure of the pencil and the like physical forces that are breaking it, and basically reversing those forces. Yeah, like imagining that they are working in reverse.
Okay. Then, all right, so minus 16 to your 22 dice. So I think
Holy
that's
shit.
6 dice.
22 dice. Damn.
I'm so smart. I'll roll for it. It doesn't super matter for experiment if I succeed or not. Okay, 1 success.
All right, you spend about 5 minutes. You guys are standing on this sidewalk. Somebody walks by with their dog. You guys are all standing on a pencil, and like, Alyssum, your eyes are like rolled back in your head, and you like hold the pencil in your hand and squeeze, and you let go, and the molecules, you've merged them back together, and it is a whole pencil.
Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're figuring it out.
Cool. I'm gonna haul ass back to that address, and I'm gonna do that 20-minute walk around the block again. And I'm gonna get in that lucid dreaming state and try and do that pencil repair a bunch of times while lucid dreaming, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna come back out and try it again and see if it's any.
All right, is everybody else following her into the blackout zone?
You guys shouldn't unless you also have a thing you want to.
I guess Helga would like to try to make light again, but think about it a different way.
Okay.
Discouraged, but determined.
All right, what about Jasen and Vincent?
Jason's gonna keep an eye out. He's around.
You're just gonna stay put?
Yeah.
Wait for them to come back? Okay, and what about Vincent?
I'm gonna make sure that Jason's okay.
All right, so you and Jasen are just hanging out in the street.
Jason would
And-
ask Vincent if he blacks out when he goes over there too.
Oh, have I been in there, Brian? I think I went in there, didn't I?
You went to some weird shit happens, but I'm not going to describe what it is. But you went to Robin's parents' house with Jasen and Vikessa. You also went to Staten Island last week with Jasen, and Jasen said he completely blacked out. So you guys are standing in a neighborhood in Hollis, theoretically right at the edge of where Alice and Helga are saying and Jasen say they're completely blacking out.
I would tell Jason what happened before, but my human brain doesn't remember what happened.
You recall going to places. You remember, like, when you went to Robin's parents' house. You remember going there and keeping watch, and then having a conversation with the Jasen and Vikessa, and then driving back into town. So I'll just leave it at that.
Okay, that doesn't answer his question of whether I blacked out or not. I don't remember blacking out. I remember watching you guys go in and then come out.
Yes.
But I could follow Alice around and see what happens.
If you're up for it, it might be helpful. It's not scary. It's a little scary, but nothing bad happened.
Yeah, I'll follow Alice.
Okay. And Alice, you're like walking around the block. You'd end up coming to on the other side of the block from where,
Whatever
or just
we
going
whatever we
forward
did-
and back.
whatever we did the first time, I'm gonna repeat.
You walked around the block. So you were going east, then you turned north, then you turned west, and then you came to. Walkbacks give you a smile. Alice gives you a smile. We'll see if this works. And you say, and you respond saying, yeah, I guess so. And then you guys are all back together again. And Alice, you spent those 20 minutes practicing that, visualizing that pencil repair, and yeah.
Okay, I'm going to attempt the pencil repair now, not blacked out.
Okay. Minus 16.
It is exactly the same. Okay.
But you get the sense that you were making like some progress, a little bit of progress,
Okay.
and that it may just be a matter of much more time.
Fine. All right, I will
Like,
relay that.
like perhaps on the scale of hours, not
Okay,
minutes.
like perhaps a quarter day maybe would do it.
That's metagaming.
A quarter day to do what?
It's the difficulty of a spell. Okay, we need to find a location. We need to find a way to test the edges. Does it go in a straight line?
That's a good question.
This isn't like the bridge where it's like a clearly demarcated, this island you will black out. This is like a little bit more, this is a little different. It's not clear where all of our borders are. Jason has to get to his meeting at 2. He probably doesn't have time to fuck around with that.
You got like an hour and a half.
Okay, here's
Well,
what
it'll take about maybe an hour to get there.
Yeah.
Maybe 40 minutes to get there.
I think that we need to find like a location where we will definitively black out, where it's not weird for us to go there and spend 6 hours, like a library or something.
Park.
Yeah, a library or a park or a museum or a cafe or somewhere where it's like,
People hang out
you
here.
know, yeah, reasonable to be like, hey, I am going to go to hang out at this library and read, work, do some work for 6 hours. But really, I know I'm going to black out. I'm going to practice spells.
But nobody needs to know that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm
Nobody
blacked
needs to
out
know
right
that.
now practicing spells.
Yeah.
I'd like
I
a
can,
tall
grade,
decaf,
I can be
please.
grading my students' papers while I'm blacked out practicing spells.
That's some severance level shit.
Ah.
I could get a job over there.
That would be hilarious.
Isn't that show about someone turning into Severus Snape?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Okay, I feel like we could take some time to start building a blackout map and then like research like potential locations like that and then methodically go and test them.
You can draw, I believe you can draw on your player's map, by the way.
Yeah.
I could get you started by drawing where you are.
That would
Your
be
little
amazing.
spot.
Does anyone else have shit they want to do?
You guys are at that red circle. You're Hollis.
I support this endeavor, but at the same time, I do need to spend some time at the lab taking apart what Soma is.
All right. I think I do want to attempt to do this just at my apartment in my meditation space and see if I can lucid dream there. Obviously, it would be much more difficult, but I could try that too.
Okay.
Ooh, we
Let's
should.
see. Good.
Okay, Jason has his meeting. We should make sure that it can get a distress signal to us if something goes haywire in there.
Oh, good idea.
Oh, wait, so his meeting is at 2, not noon. My bad. So it's almost noon is what I was getting.
Oh, okay.
Jason actually has quite a few more hours. So it's about 11. Okay, it's about noon actually now. And yeah, no, I'm not off. Yeah, you guys have spent roughly a whole quarter day out here walking around. Yeah. Maybe I'll jump to Sam. You're done doing that research. I have that Vincent wanted to make a map of the Cosa Nostra today. Helga wants to do research at the lab.
Unfortunately, sounds like what y'all are doing is more fun. Really gotta fit.
There's all those tapes to pour through, all that footage from the Korean lab.
Mm-hmm.
Jason would be like, yeah, I'll do that. I wouldn't expect you to know what you're doing. But it takes quite an eye to come through this stuff. I got a lot of experience looking at old footage.
Okay, cool. So Jason, you're gonna go back to somewhere else? Part ways?
I guess Jason doesn't really have time to look at this stuff before he has his meeting, right?
Yeah, you don't have much time. You have about an hour and 20 minutes before you have to start driving to the Bronx from here.
Alright, yeah. Jason will just hang out with them until
Okay.
then.
Yep. Alright, what are you guys doing? So Helga, you're parting ways, right?
Yeah, I should go.
Okay.
Y'all start doing something fun, but I really want to get the Soma thing so long. But hopefully we're almost there.
Finley's gonna hang out with Alyssum and Jason and Vincent. So, Alyssum, Jason, Vincent, what are you?
Vincent, did you black out when you were walking behind me or no?
I just remember walking, but I don't think I could do anything.
But you don't remember being blacked out? You had all the sensory input, but you weren't making decisions?
I think so. I just felt like I went into autopilot. I felt like I couldn't tell my body what to do or what to think in that moment.
Spooky. Let's see.
Okay, so maybe I'll just jump to Sam. Sam, are you here?
Yeah. Gotcha. I'll plan to talk to my family in the evening. That seems like an evening activity. And during the day, I think I'm going to just try to finish up that mask.
Okay.
And while I'm finishing up the mask, can I rewatch the meeting or the hang with what's her name? Mary?
Martha Grace.
Martha Grace. So I think, while I do that, I'm going to watch the thing with Martha Grace and see if I can just have it running and watching it, seeing if I could pick up any reads or get more of an insight objectively than what I had.
Okay.
You can have when you're just with somebody.
Yeah. All right. Give me an insight reader -1.
I'm also taking my time
Okay. Just regular then. Watching it over and over again.
for a while until I feel like I've exhausted. I'll throw on one of those videotapes or something.
Yeah.
2 successes.
Okay. So yeah, you can tell that she's reading you. She's trying to gauge your reactions. She saw through your attempts to say yes, and she pointed it out. She could tell that you're not interested in whatever this organization stands for. You're not interested in that, but you're interested in the power that they have, the abilities they have, and who they are. And
I have more interest than just that, but
okay, yeah, get the picture that her parting. She was like, maybe I'll be in touch, maybe not. That it wasn't fully door closed, but she wasn't as enthused anymore. She ended the whole thing early, and yeah, ended it early and cordially. Like, basically, she seems to be under the impression that you're not what she's looking for, but there is potentially she might still be looking. She might still be interested. It wasn't a hard no, but it was definitely disappointed, or rather, yeah.
Don't try to call or message her to try to meet up.
Okay, so yeah, she'll respond to a message and say when and where.
I'll say that I'm at my place working on a project right now. If she wants to come over or whatever's convenient for her.
Wrestle again without clothes.
I just want to get in that wrestling. I bought a big jug of olive oil from Costco.
She says, I can come over this evening.
Like what time?
10 o'clock.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. And so now you're working on your mask and
watching videotapes.
All right, so I'm going to move over to other players. Okay, and then who's coming with Jasen? Jasen is going to the Bronx, to Fordham, north area of South Bronx, to meet with a member of the Latin King.
Alice is going to follow behind on her own. She doesn't want to arrive with Jasen, so potentially she'd have him drop her off and then take a train to end up in the same location so she could watch from afar.
Okay. Pat, I heard you saying something.
Vincent could go with Alyssum to drive her if she wants, but no big deal.
Okay. All right. And Helga's gone to investigate Soma. All right.
Yep. My second job.
I think Finley will tag along with Alyssum. Okay. So Jasen, the corner that you're told to meet him at, there is a convenience store there, and you go into the convenience store. Yeah. Maybe dictate your actions. What do you do? It's a neighborhood. It's in a low-income area. Grass growing out of the cracks in the sidewalks. Some trash in the streets. Boarded up windows here and there. And there's a convenience store that's at that intersection. Like a black Escalade parked outside it with tinted windows.
Convenience store's where we're meeting.
That's the intersection. You don't see him on the side.
Jasen goes in the convenience store, see if they're in there.
Okay, you go in there and there's a bunch of guys, some guys speaking Spanish loudly to each other, and one of them is El Predicador. He's got a black vest on with gold trim and gold. He's got gold crucifix medallions and hair slicked back. He's got tattoos on his face, on his cheek of the cross, and saints on his arms and stuff like that. And he smiles at you. He's got a gold. He's got these rings, these silver rings on all his fingers, and he's like, "Oh, Jasen," and he comes to shake your hand.
Really quick before we start this conversation, does Jasen know whether the Latin Kings are in with Cosa Nostra?
Give me that would be Scholar Streetwise with a modifier. And the King's -3.
1 success.
Okay. They would. You don't know much about it, but they deal like most of the mobs deal with each other. Cosa Nostra has familiarity with almost everybody.
Okay. I guess Jasen is going to be cautious about revealing anything about Cosa Nostra potentially marketing Soma. He'll be hello, thank you for agreeing to meet with me again. Jasen's acting very humble. He's very grateful for the meeting.
Okay.
I'm really sorry to bother you.
Give me an insight scout roll.
You mean observation scout?
Yeah, that's what I meant, observation scout.
Let's see. 1 success.
Okay, so as he's coming in, you notice that he's coming in for a handshake pretty aggressively. He has on one of his fingers is one of those like a fingernail. It's like a metallic fingernail that's like sharp, and just in that moment you can tell that it's gonna scratch you if he comes in like that.
Jasen will pull his hand back and be like, "Whoa, what's that? What's that on your finger there?"
Give me a agility move roll.
1 success.
Okay, yeah, you managed to pull your hand away, and he's like, it's like, I got too many jewelries. And he's like, come on, let's go outside. Let's go for a walk.
Jasen goes for a walk with him.
Yeah, so he's.
Alice and Vincent are watching the entrance of the store, like from like across the street, trying to not be.
Okay, why don't both of you, actually, whoever has the lowest, are you guys together?
Yeah, or
Okay.
I don't know. I guess I'll leave that up to Vincent.
Yeah,
I guess
whichever
he can also be inside his van.
Yeah, whichever one you has the lowest
Stealth.
stealth. This is a stealth urban shadow roll for tailing, essentially. Yeah.
Mine's probably lower.
If I gave Vincent that, or he has, it used to be called burglar, but I changed the name of it to urban. He has it at a total of 10, so it's probably you.
Ooh, I'm gonna push that. Oh,
Okay.
how do we? There isn't really a great way to mark damage on this character.
Yeah, that's true. Kind of got rid of those. Willpower maxed out. All right. Yeah, so you're definitely spotted by like a couple guys milling about outside of the convenience store, and they kind of stare you down. You're like a block away, but they're staring you down, and one of them leans into El Predicador and says something in Spanish, and El Predicador looks in that direction, and he's like, hey, that's cute. That's cute. Okay, you got your backup. That's fine. I got my backup too. You never know. So now he's just walking with you, Jasen, down the sidewalk, and he says, so what can I do for you? Why are you, what can I do for you?
Jasen he'll be like, I need information on a missing girl, and I believe that your Latin Kings may have seen her recently. And he explains the incident near the store, the pawn shop, and like what he thinks happened. Latin Kings drove by. They were driving a black vehicle. They hit this pole. Basically, like he says everything that he thinks he knows about the situation. He's like, we're trying to find this girl. It's a case that I'm on. I'm a PI. Anything that you can say that could help us would be really appreciated.
He says, oh, you think that the Latin Kings have this girl?
I don't know. If they don't, or if they know anything.
So, okay. So you're trying to see if I rat out my own people. Is that what you're saying?
It could just be a misunderstanding. I honestly don't know. I'm just trying to see if you know anything.
So there's a girl that's gone missing, and what was her name? Robin. Okay. So the girl's gone missing.
I think she's mentally ill. Her parents are telling stories about how she's trying to find her sister, and she thinks she's the queen of the fairies. This is someone who needs to get returned back home. And if you can help me, I would greatly appreciate it.
He laughs and he says, do you think we are monsters here?
No, that's why I came. If I thought you were a monster, I wouldn't have come here.
Yeah. If we weren't monsters, do you think we would be holding on to a mentally ill girl, lost little girl?
I'm just trying to see if you have any information. I didn't say that you had her. I'm just trying to see if you have any information on what happened to her.
Okay. I see what you're getting at. So maybe one of us bumped into this little girl and sent her on her way onto the streets, or asked her who her parents were, and maybe she forgot or something like that. And so we couldn't turn her into her parents. Is that why we would? So what would happen next?
Maybe one of your guys just saw her running from the scene. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know what the protocols are for you or your people. If a little girl flees out of a Jamaican gang vehicle heading north, and if you maybe you just let her go, maybe try to help her out. I don't know. That's why I came here.
So his hand is on your back. His hand is on your back as you guys are having this conversation. Are you your shoulder blades? Are you okay with that? Are you
sure
trying to not have that happen, or are you letting that happen?
Jasen's wearing a tactical vest.
Yeah. Okay.
He's fine with that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he says, "Ay, Dios mío, I'm sorry, Jasen. I can't help you. I know nothing about this little girl. I am surprised that you think that we would know something about a little girl. Look, if we found a little girl on the streets, we would take her to her parents, or we would just do nothing at all. There's a lot of little girls out on the street."
Jasen would just be like,
of course, if we were gonna take somebody, snatch them off the streets, I wouldn't be telling you anything that's truth. You recognize that, and you come to me. I think that's funny.
This is like one of the only leads I have right now. I'm grasping at straw.
That makes
planes with little girls.
Yeah, you're a busy man, aren't you? You're a busy man, Jasen. Chasing up leads. I'm done talking about this. I'm curious, what about your other investigations? How's things been?
Oh, Jasen would what was the stalker case?
Yes. So, Hammer of Justice, this vigilante who's often under the employ of the Cosa Nostra, has been stalking the wife of a member of the Albanian mafia.
Yeah, Jasen would tell him about that.
he laughs. He says, "It's pretty funny," and he mutters something Latin under his breath. "Inti tormentem os sera et fractere carnis invitad." And says, "Jason, I wish you all the best. I'm a busy man. I got to go." And he says, "Good luck on your investigations into all that stuff, into the Soma, into the little girl, into the stalkers and the freak shows and all that stuff. He says, let me know if you need anything."
Thank you.
All right, so he's like guided you back to the place.
Is he still wearing the finger thing?
He is, yeah.
Alright, so we didn't just stick that in Jason's back as some sort of tracker. I guess Jason would then walk over to his comrades, be like, way to blow your cover.
Sorry.
Get
I
out of
don't
there.
think that guy has good intentions.
Why wouldn't he? What sort of problem would he have with me?
I don't know.
Well,
Seems like
as
the
they're
kind of
driving
guy
away,
who's-
Jason would explain what happened, and he would say either that guy's hiding something, in which case they have her, or he doesn't know anything, which
Yeah,
seems more.
I'm gonna give you a pat down to make sure you don't have any bugs on.
Yeah, no bugs on it.
If they had her, they're gonna move her now.
You think this was too forward? You think we should have had to spy on them?
Probably. Maybe someone stealthier than me can figure that out.
I just don't understand why they would want to keep her. We need to talk to the Jamaicans and see why they kept her. I guess we did talk to the Jamaicans, and they said that she wanted to stay with them.
Yeah, clearly she doesn't want to be with her parents.
I guess, like, my question is why would that guy keep her and not, like, why be secretive about keeping her? Maybe she has magic. Maybe she's using magic, and maybe they're keeping her because of that.
Yeah, the Latin Kings could be involved in this Soma distribution stuff, which could be involved with magic.
They might be using magic to make it.
Could be. Do you tell us about the little scratcher?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe he tried to drug you.
Maybe I should have let him. Maybe that would have gotten me.
Or steal your blood for blood magic.
That's true. Yeah, we got to be careful. It seems like a lot of people are using magic. Just random people in the sewer, like Blue, preppy
Yeah.
sorority sisters, Vanessa's friend. So there's definitely the possibility that some of the gangs have magic too. Especially we know the Jamaican kings, they do voodoo. I don't know if that's magic. But
So what is Jason, Alyssum, Vincent, and Finley up to now?
I guess Jason would drop them off and then go back to his house and work on the footage.
Okay. Then Alyssum, what are you doing with your day?
I'm gonna go home and try and meditate into lucid dreaming in the little meditation space in my apartment and see if I can do that and practice magic in there. Just in
Okay.
my apartment, how difficult it is and if it has the same effect.
Sure. All right. You head home and do that. And Jason, you go back to your house or something?
Yeah,
Or your
or
office?
his office.
Yeah.
Somewhere where he has all the micro SD cards from Finley.
Okay.
He's gonna stitch them together into something that he can watch. Then he's
You
gonna do his process on them.
You should
Fountain
take
bar,
Finley under
so-
your wing. Make Finley into like your PI assistant.
Yeah, Finley can come too.
Yeah,
He'll
there
point
you
out,
go.
like,
Finley's already my assistant.
he'll be like, notice
I
how
pay
this
her.
car, there's the license
Mhm.
plate. This is the same license plate again. Leaving at 2 a.m., coming back at 6 a.m. Gone for 4 hours. That's longer than it takes to get a pizza.
Yeah, speaking of Finley being the pay of Vikessa, so that's true. I presume. So I had Finley hanging out with the others when they were going off to mess around with magic in Queens.
Oh yeah,
but-
that's fine.
yeah. Okay, but
My demands are like intentionally not super demanding. So
It's 2015. You gotta have at least 2 internships.
but yeah.
Real 5 meat.
I'm not paying someone to just hang out with me. I might need help sometimes, and then paying to train up certain things, basically. Maybe more later, depending. I think I dangled like if I actually start getting paid by my family, I'm going to try to get her on the payroll because I'll probably need an infiltrator protection person because I'm a weak little baby.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Alyssum's action first. 'Cause that's pretty quick. All right, Hallie, give me meditation roll.
I feel like it lit
So
up.
it'd be a -5, but with you have a little space that gives you a second. It gives you a bonus +1. So -4. What did you say?
I feel like my little profile did light up when I farted.
Oh, maybe it did, but we don't know what it was.
Yeah. All right.
don't know what
So insight mindful -4.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Try again.
Yeah.
-5.
-5 from my original total, right? 160.
Okay, yeah. You, after 15 minutes of meditation, you slip into a waking, lucid vision. Your visual experience, like your imaginative visualization, like the effort of it and the vagueness of it just breaks away like an amniotic, breaking through an amniotic barrier. You just slide, like pop into a state of clear, effortless visualization, like a waking dream. You're like sitting in your office, your apartment, You know that it's a dream, but you can get up, touch things all around. You can change stuff completely.
I changed the view outside the windows to be like the view from my tower, the Ravenlands.
All right, yeah, you're now looking down at the hollows, hearing the bell toll, and looking down at the statue of Yawim, children running in the streets, in the muddy street.
Man, can you imagine if we've gotten Yahim here? Yahim here. That would
I
be
wonder
fun.
what he would be like. So I start to practice like manipulating stuff. Like I start to practice like the same pencil breaking and mending things, but I also want to see if I practice other types of things that would be magic. Is this like a general? Do I feel like I'm improving my general ability to do this stuff, or is it only like a specific? I don't know if I'll be able to tell, but am I only making progress on a specific thing?
It feels more like a specific thing.
Okay, then I will keep practicing breaking and mending things for the rest of the evening.
Okay, so this is give me a. And what's the skill that you were using along with that to imagine it?
Scholar
Oh,
Master Science.
Okay, give me a roll of that.
2 successes.
Okay. All right, so after about half an hour of that, you get a pretty good sense that you'll be able to much more easily imagine this. Like you're practicing, getting this mechanism, imagining this rationalization as fluidly and as naturally as possible in your mind. And so you spend about half an hour thinking about it, especially given your science background, like being able to visualize, imagine the molecular actions at work, like the little micro machines of the molecules stitching back together, even like perhaps a pseudo-scientific rationalization of the energy from maybe the environment, like actually pummeling the molecules back together, or something like that. Maybe little shifts of code in the air are physically striking the molecules. So you're getting like pretty good at that. And after half an hour you feel very, maybe move on to something else.
Yeah. But what else?
And this is basically, it's something that occurs as a slow action and takes place, slow action, and has a range of like arm's length. Actually, last time when you did it, you took 5 minutes. Do you want it to always take 5 minutes, or do you want to be
It
something
could be
that's fast?
faster. That would be.
Yeah, you get a picture that if you took your time when you were casting this ability, that it would be easier if you did it slowly, but you still think that it's going to be massively easier after this practice. So keep that as slow action.
Yeah.
All right. So then arm's length. Okay. And this is like repairing small objects.
Repair small, simple objects.
Yeah. And that's it. And okay. So that's that. Yeah, were you moving on to another one?
Yeah. Let's try. Oh, it's hard to think of stuff. I guess I could try the failed spell from earlier, where I try and have the items that the person touched glow or just become apparent somehow.
Okay. So some things that somebody has touched. How long ago?
I feel like that would be that would influence the difficulty.
Let's call it weirdness. Let's call it weirdness. That will influence the weirdness level of what it is you're trying to do.
Yeah. Okay, the time frame for them interacting with it would be pretty short, like 30 minutes or an hour. But then the time frame that specific time frame could be within longer, like a year.
Okay.
And you have to have the person's.
Okay. Oh, let me see. Okay. And what is the skill that you'd be using to visualize the mechanics, the rationalization of this spell? Let's call it an accord skill.
I'll do Path of Sight. Yeah. I feel like this would involve some sort of ritual object. Okay, let's have it be since we're going with some of those cheesy divination things that Path of Sight often has, how about it's a tarot cards, but you can get a better bonus if you have the person that you are trying to observe, if you have them do a tarot pull and use those cards. If you have them pull cards for a spread, even if they don't know you're going to use it in a spell.
Yeah.
If you keep those cards separate.
Okay.
You could use those.
All right.
But otherwise you would be thinking about that person and their name, and then you would pull them, and maybe that would just allow you to do the spell at all, but having them pull them would give you a bonus.
Okay, so now you spend 3 XP and 3 hours practicing. Actually, Matt, can you give me an endurance -4?
Oh, we got the poison in you.
Sorry, wait, -2. You're there.
How do you do negative dice?
Oh, N, the letter N.
1 success.
Okay. Yeah, you go home and you're working on that stuff, and you start to feel like you start to get itching on your body in various places, particularly like on your back between your shoulder blades.
Jason takes off his
And-
shirt and looks in the mirror.
Yeah, you got a bit of a rash, some bumps forming, but it's not so bad. You slap some topical steroid on it, and you get a little bit of a cough, but yeah.
Why did
not so
that guy
bad.
poison me? It's so fucking weird.
We'll do Sam's little thing with Sam, maybe for 15 minutes.
So first, I guess I'll go talk to William because he's an ally.
All right.
Or I'll like whatever, see if he's free.
Yeah, you find time to connect with him. So he's your brother. He's 25 years old. He's your let's see, what other, your siblings, your eldest sibling, Elmira, she's 60, or no, sorry, actually, it'd be Saul, 61, 60, and then you, 30, William, 25, Kevin, 20. So,
I thought I was like late 20s.
Oh, okay.
Am I 30?
I thought you were 30.
I thought I was like 27.
Oh,
Doesn't really matter. It's just a couple years, but the big 3-0 is a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal for you. Okay, so, yeah, William, it's evening. William is, he's hanging out at a bar.
Ignoring his family. Classic.
Yeah, and so he's what pretexts are here to express amusement that we're crawling back to the family and ask you this preamble of like what you've been up to and all that shit and why you're coming back and yada, and then really asking, what's up, sis? Why do you want to talk?
I'll just say, I don't know, respond with, I'm not all in, but family's very important to me. I miss you guys. Small talk for a little bit, grab a vodka martini, and then I'll bring up like, so I was given a little job by our father to look into this, what are they, an accounting company? I forgot to write that. Yeah, to this accounting company, and turns out they have an interest in you, and I thought I would come talk to you before I tell our father what I know.
I'm not doing anything. What do you mean they have an interest in me? They're an accounting company. What do you?
I say they're owned by the Yakuza.
The what? The Yakuza?
Yeah, this Black Forest Accounting. They're owned by the Yakuza.
And you haven't told Dad that?
Not yet. I think I'm going to go over there after this.
He's like, what do you mean they're interested in me? He's like, what do you know? Why are they interested in me?
All right, what does it say here? They're trying to get some. Tell me if this is correct. They're trying to get financial leverage on some people in the family who are opposed to connections to the Irish mob and their involvement in drugs.
His face kind of drops, and he shakes his head. He's like, "Why the Yakuza? Why are they siding with the Irish mob? I guess maybe they're allies or something. But Jesus,
It didn't sound like they're allying with the Irish mob. I don't know what they want.
I got people. I know some people. Okay, I know some people in the. Hold on a second. I know some people that work with Simon Burdock, the Irish mob guys, and I don't. And they came to me for help, but I don't get what.
What kind of help?
Ah, shit. They're doing stuff in our properties. Okay, this is property we own. This is family property. And usually we don't. We're not that kind of company. People do what they gotta do in our properties. But I got friends who. I don't know. There's something going on in the mob. There's something like some people are in on this like Soma stuff, like the trade or making it or something. I don't know, and some of them aren't. That's the picture I'm getting. It's like some of them, some of the guys in the mob are like making bank off of this, and they got something going on with the Soma, and then others are like left in the dark, and they don't know what's going on. I got some friends who are like, "What the hell's going on?" And they come to me. And they say, "Hey, this is your property. Why don't you just pressure these guys? They're doing like stuff with dealing the drug, or they're making it or something. I don't know what they're doing in your properties. Tell us what you're doing, or else we're gonna." So I offered them an ultimatum, and I don't know. I haven't heard back, but it is I don't know. Shit. Did I get myself into something too deep? What's going on with the Yakuza? I gotta pull out of. Fuck.
So what did you say to them exactly?
So it's me and Calvin. I just said, you gotta tell me what you're doing on our property. And this is properties I'm managing in Astoria.
You talking to them with Calvin?
Well, Calvin's like, he's doing his own. He's not managing, but he's interested in this stuff. And the mob. Look, I don't know, something about his dad's death. He's paranoid, but like he thinks there's something up with the Soma drug trade and stuff. And there's this Irish mob stuff. He thinks it has something to do with Cecil, and I don't really like it. He thinks that Kevin was involved and stuff, but Anyway, he's on one. His dad's dead. He thinks somebody killed him. He thinks it has to do with the Irish mob and the drugs and stuff. So I've been like trying to figure out what we know together. Putting our heads together.
His name came up too.
Are you serious? They know.
So you both went and talked to these tenants?
No. I've just been meeting with him and.
Just you though?
Yeah. No, I mean just meeting with Calvin. He didn't come to the talks with me. I went and I talked to them myself. But they know that I've been talking with Calvin.
Yeah. How would they know that?
I don't know. They've been trailing me or something? Man, that's fucked up.
So you think the Yakuza might be working with the Irish mob?
Irish mob? Oh my god. I don't know what to say, man.
Hey, it's okay. Does our dad know anything about this?
I don't think so. No. I haven't told him anything about this. Don't tell him. He's gonna fuck me in the ass. I don't know this is not good, Vicky. This is fucking, or Vinny. No, Vicky. Vanessa.
Nessie. Old Nessie. Yeah. Does he know about the drug business? Obviously he knows they're using property, but...
Probably, but I don't think he knows very much about it. He's hands off. He's like 10,000 feet. And people do what they're gonna do in the places, especially Murdoch's, Simon Murdoch's people. Hands off. I guess I should have fucking gotten a picture, but like some of his people are coming to me. Like, what am I supposed to do? They're asking me for a favor. Like, they need my help. And now
Is Murdoch
some of the
involved in
Yakuza are like in line with like only some of the Irish mob, but not all of them. Like, why is it? What the fuck is going on?
Which side of the split is Murdoch on? Do you know?
I have no idea. He's the boss. I don't know. He's got to know what's going on. There's no way they're like selling Soma without him or even making it. I don't know. That one of the guys was saying that they help make it or something, but they're like, there's no way he wouldn't know. He's got to be on.
What exactly does Calvin think?
What do you mean about
Soma?
About Soma?
And the dad and all this other stuff.
I don't know if Soma. I don't know. That's crazy. It's nice. You tried it?
I have.
Yeah. Nobody knows where it's coming from, but like obviously some of these Irish mob guys do. Apparently the Yakuza know, but no, Calvin doesn't know.
But what does he think is the connection? What's his theory? I don't know if you saw that news story that came out.
He thinks that.
Which it did.
Oh, yeah.
News story.
Yeah, I saw that. He's like, I don't know. I don't want to say. It's look. I get mad. He doesn't. It's really. It's about Kevin.
I put my hand on his knee and I say, "Hey, it's okay." And if you could tell me what keeps me from having to bring this up with Calvin, and I don't want him to just be stressed out any more than he already is.
Yeah, Kevin is pretty deep with the Irish mob. All right. He's selling property. He's doing his own management. We divided up around Brooklyn. I don't want to say nothing, but Kevin's a bit crazy, right? So anyway, Calvin thinks that his dad was like gonna take a deal on property that Kevin wanted. Like Kevin wanted to secure it for the mob and had him killed, or did it himself. I don't know.
What property was it?
He says it's a warehouse.
I'll get like the location.
Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. So it's a warehouse in Woodside, Queens West, like a multi-story, like former office space. So yeah, he gives you the address to that. He says Kevin took over the deal after Cecil died, and of course people are talking.
Very illuminating. I'll tell him that it might be a good idea to lay low for a couple days and so everybody in the family basically knows that I'm back. Yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
Not quite yet. William says he didn't hear anything about it.
Gotcha. How does he know? Did he know already?
No, he didn't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and keep my involvement to yourself. Kevin isn't very happy with me either.
Okay.
And like maybe lay low. Spend some time with the family. He has 3 kids and probably a wife.
3 kids.
He doesn't?
He's 25.
The oldest it says is 5.
Oh, William. Oh yeah, my bad. Yes, William has 3 kids. James, Eli, and Vivian. My bad. Yes. Yep. He's okay. They know where I live, but I should tell them never mind. I don't need to be. I don't know. I can handle some mob bullshit and stuff, but if the Yakuza are like doing some shady shit, I don't know what they're about to do. I don't want to fuck with the Yakuza. Okay.
I'll say they don't know anything yet. I dug up some things. You have to do what's best for you, but just wait a day or two. Like this accounting company was trying to get in with the family and then see what kind of leverage they could get. As far as I know, they're not going to come after you, at least. And I don't think they're going to make a move until at least Monday. This accounting firm hasn't heard back from me or Dad yet.
Yeah, I guess you're right. At least they're not sending Assassin's after me or something.
Some Johnny Wicks.
Was it
Johnny,
I was about to reference
Johnny
John Wick,
Wickensteins.
but I don't think that happened in 2015.
Maybe, I think so. Maybe not. Yeah. And I say, hey, just wait until Monday.
Actually, it came out in 2014, so yeah.
Okay, there you go.
They're not sending John Wick after me.
Yeah. Let me talk to Dad. I want to look into this place a little bit, and then I'll if you don't hear from me, contact me by Sunday night, and then Monday you do whatever you got to do to keep you and your family safe.
All right.
Give them a hug and say, hey, building up some goodwill with the family, and it's helping Dad out, and if you need help with anything else, let me know.
Say, all right. Thanks, sis. It was good catching up.
Yeah, you too. I'll give him a big hug.
Yeah.
All right, and I'll go talk to Le Padre.
Okay. I think that's all I got in me for tonight.
If I have time, I'm supposed to meet up. That's not till Hallie did Martha say she's coming over?
10. Yeah, you got
10.
some time. So is that all with William?
Yeah, I think so. I think we wrapped all that up pretty well. Unless I'm missing something important. I don't know.
No, he seems pretty shaken by this stuff. And he's by the news that the Yakuza is seeking dirt on him because of his pressuring of the Irish mob. And so he's done. He wants to go home.
Yeah, I got some information.
Yeah. So it's early. It's 8.
I have to meet up with Martha at 10:30, 10, 11?
10.
10.
You can make 10:30. You can text her.
I think I'm gonna hold off on talking to the dad because I don't know what his involvement is.
Okay.
And I want to give Jasen would be very interested in this, and I want to scope the place out first. But I don't think 2 hours is going to be enough time. But so I'm thinking about going and getting some binoculars.
Okay.
Or like one of those goofy cameras with the big lens on it.
Okay.
Can I get it? Can I ask Jasen about one of those sound things with the headphones? A directional sound receiver?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, he can give you that same bonus to look for that. So give me that scholar roll again. 2. Okay, so 10 p.m. comes around, and Martha knocks on the door. Give me a
hear knock roll.
Hear knock, yeah. Good open the door roll. No, hold on. I guess observation roll for you.
2 successes.
Okay,
roll.
All right. Yeah, Martha knocks on the door. She is wearing like a long leather coat, but you catch like a glimpse like under her coat. She's almost wearing like black BDUs, and you get a sense that under she's got a weapon. You can tell by like a slight bulge at her like hips that she's wearing some sort of like belt that probably has a concealed weapon in it. She's also got these like silver rings on all her fingers, and when her hair is pulled back, she looks a lot less casual hangout. It almost looks like she's like in tactical mode or something like that. But yeah, she knocks on the door and she's
hey, she wears a bunch of silver rings too. She wears a bunch of silver rings too.
Who, you, Vikessa?
Yeah, it's part of my style. I wear a bunch of silver rings.
Nice.
I have 10 rings on. It's in all the pictures I took.
Oh.
Of my character.
Nice.
It's canon now.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, she's hey, you wanted to talk?
Yeah, you busy with something?
No, I'm not busy. I'm just rolling around town.
Yeah, I'll like alcohol?
Yeah. What else?
Okay. I'll go pour a couple the house special.
Okay, what's the house special?
Vodka and soda water.
Okay. She's like classy. Yeah, so she like leans against your like island or whatever you got there, and
yeah, there's like a kitchen breakfast, island with the stools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have the pictures of it somewhere.
Yeah. She says,
What you
want to
I'll do what you always do. I'll do what you always do. I'll send you a picture.
Okay.
It's not really styled that way, but that's like the general layout.
Yeah.
So you see the balcony and
yeah. She's so what's going on, Vanessa? You lonely or something?
No, I just wanted to. I'm a little off put by her tactical appearance. So I'm like, no, I thought that it would be good to talk about a couple things. I don't know if I gave off the best impression before, and some things have developed since then.
She raises her eyebrows and says, "Things have developed. What do you mean? That sounds fun."
It's hopeful. I'll show her that mask that I made, or with the leather. Remember
okay.
That?
The with a human mask or like the pig mask that you finished.
The human mask.
Oh.
I don't know. The pig mask, it is made out of demon leather, but it is also hard to tell that. I don't know if that reads.
Yeah.
And I did show her a demon head.
Uh-huh.
I said I'll lay that down and just say I reformed this with magic.
So, magic. What do you mean by that? Kind of. What do you mean by that? Do you know magic?
I just got it to reform into the shape.
She looks at it and she says, "That's pretty cool." says, she puts it down. She says, "What you been up to? How'd you find that out? How'd you find out how to do that?"
First, I made a little dancing hologram of myself on someone's dashboard. I just tried to do it, and then it worked.
She
Then
looks skeptical, and she says, "Okay."
I'll say that I've been trained in some esoteric arts before, but I've never had a result like that here, which I'll say ominous.
Martha's
the tongue.
Martha's like, "Wow, that's cool. Can you do some magic?"
Like right now?
Yeah. Can you show me?
I don't know. It's difficult.
I know. Yeah, you don't have to. That's all right. It's okay. I'm just fucking with you.
No, I'll try.
Oh yeah? By all means, sure. Yeah, shape this mask into, I don't know, something else. Little party trick, huh?
It might be easier to do something. Let me look. I don't know where my Forbidden Lands spell is.
So
maybe I think it's in my character.
You do a.
Okay, it is.
Okay.
And not the whole thing. Fuck. I don't know where I wrote it.
You're looking at the Forbidden Lands player folder?
I am, but I only have the rank 1 ones.
Oh.
I must have written it down somewhere else. But what's the read? She's being weird. What's the read that I'm getting on?
Give me an insight reader roll.
Oops, wrong one. Oopsie daisy.
Say daisy.
Nothing. All right, I have no fucking idea. Yeah, I'll just take another piece of. I kind of want to use this mask for something, so I'm gonna grab another piece of leather.
Okay.
And I don't know. Try to turn into a flower.
Like an actual flower, or just
No, not an actual. Like the same amount of leather, just reform, shaped into a flower shape.
All right.
But here, I will draw a symbol. Wait, I don't know if that would work. It's not symbolism. Never mind.
Okay, so
I guess I could try it.
How long? So roll 7. That is your insight magician plus crafting tanner minus 14.
2.
All right. So yeah, you focus on this for a minute, and so what are you forming? Are you forming it into a flower?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And okay, so Martha stares at it, and she stares at you, and there's a look of like disbelief, and then she covers that up with a smile, and she's.
I saw her teleport.
Wow, she's very good. Yeah, it's incongruous based on what you saw. Her reaction is incongruous.
I'll ask, surprised?
She says, she like looks at the mask and messes with it, looks at the leather flower and like messes with it a little bit.
Yeah, I'll give it to her. It's a gift.
And she nods and says, "There's ways you could do this. That's very clever." She says, "I'm sure I'm not a leather worker, but I'm sure there's chemical agents that you can use to shrink and expand certain areas of the leather. Very good. You apply some agent to trigger the chemical reaction and cause the leather to shrink and expand and form into a flower." She says, some would call that magic, but that's not what I'm talking about with magic.
Okay, I'm gonna do something else then. I don't know if it'll work. Okay, I'll try to do horrify then.
Okay.
That would have a lasting impact.
Okay, and all right, so you carve the horrify symbol into the air and just deeply try to imagine that stream of magic funneling through the sigil. And so how are you rationalizing this being possible, impacting Martha there in front of you?
Martha over here.
Yeah. How are you imagining that this sigil is causing Martha to experience deep fear?
In the way that I understand it, like trying to reach in and draw out make someone live some fear, some buried fear in themselves.
Okay.
And bring it to the surface with a fear response.
Yeah.
There's a spider on my ceiling. I gotta kill it really quick.
All right. Yeah, you cast that and you draw this sigil in the air, and Martha is like looking at you. She cocks her head and she says, "Okay."
I guess that didn't work. I'm still figuring this stuff out.
It's like, "All right." And she laughs. She says, "Look, I know that what I showed you was impossible, and I know that you want to know more."
I'm a little nonplussed. I like my elbow on the counter. Like I'm not leaning forward like a little kid or something. I'm like more of what somebody would have who's a little more like world weary, like beleaguered than that.
Okay. Yeah. She says, yeah. Maybe you'll learn more about that. Maybe you won't. And look, I'm not going to judge you.
I'm going to say that actually has little to do with why I invited you over here. I was just trying to establish something first.
She like closes her eyes and puts her hands up. She's like, "Consider it established." Okay. So why did you invite me over here then? I'm curious.
I need to know what you think you know about the end of the world.
You need to know? Okay. Have you read the news lately?
Brian, what's been in the specific? Like,
The usual shit.
do I know what she's talking about off the top of my head?
Just it's 2015, and
Black
if you
president?
look
No, is there?
there, and and like the global warming that could lead to catastrophe. Global wars could erupt at any given moment in the next 5 to 10 years. Who knows what technology could churn out? What somebody could release, like a biological agent. Pandemics are all possible. The world is running on fumes. So yeah, she mentions peak oil, that the oil supply of the planet has passed its halfway point and once supply can no longer reach demand, we have the global economic system no longer works. And that is what this whole system relies upon. We are in, she's saying, we're in a situation here in this city, not this city, but all the other cities around the world. This entire planet is a city balanced on the knife edge. And that knife edge, staying on it, that balance depends upon momentum, like a bicycle running forward. And a little slip, we don't realize how catastrophic that would be, how interconnected this system is. And hold on a second. Yeah, she says, we don't even realize how many points of weakness that we have within the next few years coming up. Do you know about phosphorus in our soil that grows our food? That's also a limited resource, and the production of that has passed its peak. We'll no longer have enough phosphorus to fertilize our soil. Water shortages, those are only growing. Our economic system is built on debt. Time is up. We have, and she's describing these various things. She says, any one of these things. She says, do you know how many unaccounted for nuclear weapons there are out there that the Soviet Union has lost track of? Hundreds. One of them detonated in any city in the West would grind our economy to a dead end. And so she's basically saying, we don't even know how fragile the situation that we're in right now, and when that comes, there will be a mass die-off. She asks you, do you get that? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'll raise my eyebrow and just say, oh, how pedestrian. I say, no, that sounds serious. I'm sure I know some of that at least already. Sam knows pretty much all of that already.
Yeah.
But Vanessa is a city girl, probably didn't know shit about phosphorus. Food is what you get at the bodega.
Yeah.
But probably knew about oil, global warming.
Yeah.
That sort of.
Yeah. She's gonna try to tell you about phosphorus. She's gonna tell you about phosphorus. And she's gonna
I'll hold up my hand.
Uh-huh.
Well, I don't know. Like, I can tell she's gonna start going into some sort of
okay
explanation about phosphorus. I'm gonna hold up my hand and I'll just say, do you know that there's demons in the sewers?
She just squints at you.
I'm like dead. I say it deadpan, like dead serious.
She says, have you seen such a thing? Is this one of your Christian conspiracies? They're called homeless people.
Oh yeah, I will laugh a little bit. No, not them. That head that I showed you.
The bear?
Yeah. I'll pull out that leather. I don't have a silencer on, do I?
I haven't seen it. Now, if you don't have it on your character sheet, I don't think so. Doesn't seem like something Vanessa would have.
I'll have to get one at some point. I'll take out that leather and then I'll say, and then I'll explain in disgusting detail if she'll let me continue, because I did interrupt her.
Yeah, she's listening, kind of.
I'll bring out the leather and then I'll put it on the counter. And it had acid for blood, and I held it upside, and I drained it from upside down. It burned a hole in the floor, and I skinned it, and I took a piece to the firing range, and it's tough. It's tougher than Kevlar.
She sighs. She says, "Okay, let me tell you something. I've been following you.
Why?
Why? Because I want to know what you're doing. Because I want to know who you are." She says, "Because I want to know if you could be of value to us or to me. But I've learned some things from following you around. You don't work on your account, your day job very much. You hang out with a group of people. One of them is a private investigator, Jasen Vandermeer." She says, "And a couple other random people, friends of yours. I don't know. You're pretty close. I can tell that. And you guys you're spending a lot of time driving around town, interviewing people, going places, setting up cameras. Well, that's mainly Jason's thing, but what are you up to? What are you on to?"
I'll say, I'm involved in some things that are bigger than you think. To be frank, I need to know if we can help each other.
She nods.
I'm just asking for a little like, I don't know what your organization is, and I don't know if I need them, but there's a good chance that you might need me more than I need you. Who's to say?
Oh, you think so? She says, probably not, but look, you're a friend, and I'm of the profession of to get things done, okay? You ever heard of the Huntress?
Have I heard of the Huntress?
Give me a Scholar Streetwise roll.
The wrong page. Scholar Streetwise. So just Scholar. 4.
Four successes?
Yeah. Weird rolls today. I'll be honest with
Yeah,
you.
so maybe your character has actually really read about this. There's been a few articles. A vigilante woman named the Huntress, who has been recently pretty violently taking down like muggers, crooks, rapists at night, slitting throats, shooting people, that kind of thing, and leaving like a card that just says courtesy of the Huntress.
Yeah. I think that Vanessa would have been into it. Bitches love true crime stuff. I'm like, absolutely, yeah. Vikessa's not as excited about it, but she knew that Vanessa was.
So Martha
And I'll say, yeah, I know quite a bit about the Huntress.
takes off her like long coat and tosses it onto the counter, and underneath she's wearing full tactical gear, but really put together. It obviously like form-fitting kind of tactical jumpsuit with like straps and items and gear and stuff like that, and a gun, and knives, and in her hand, between her fingers, is a card, a little red, like a red business card that just says courtesy of the Huntress in black letters. She's like handing it to you.
Oh man, I get so much cruelty reputation if I marked her right now. I'm not going to do that, obviously. It would make no sense. But yeah, I'll take the card and say, oh wow, that's you?
She says, she tosses her like red hair, says, that's me. Oh,
So
there's some trust.
I don't know if I'm getting this right, but she seems pretty full of herself.
Yeah, you're getting that right.
Yeah, I'll just say, very impressed. And I'll hand the card back to her.
Let's see Vikessa's card.
But have you seen Paul Allen's card?
Yeah. She says, I'm wondering if we can come to a mutual arrangement here. I can see that you've been investigating something. She says, I have my ways, and maybe I can help.
Maybe, but I need to know who I'm dealing with.
She says, what do you mean by that? How can you find out?
Like what you've shown that you can bend the rules of reality a little bit, and you talk about these grandiose end of the world things happening. But how does that relate to vigilante work? What kind of organization concerns themselves with the goings on the street when global catastrophe is supposedly on the horizon?
She says, you know what? Let me be honest with you. That's out of the window. I don't think you're right. I don't think you and your friends, which I know your friends would be involved, all up in your business. I don't think they're right for that stuff. You know what? That's okay. But I'm still interested. I can still help you out. Just you and me. Maybe I can get involved with whatever it is that you guys are into. Look, I'm a curious cat, so sometimes it gets me in trouble. And so I'm just saying that I know you're up to something. She winks at you and says, and I think I'd like to get involved.
Why do you say that? What do you think?
What I think I know? You're a very interesting woman. And you obviously have some ideas of what's going on in the world. And I can see that you're trying to find out something. I'm looking for leads, all right? And this is my job, my other job, rather. And so I'm saying I'm here to help you out. Look, you've got superhero, she's gesturing to herself, on your side. And so I'm saying, what do you need?
I need to investigate my brother's property.
Tell me more.
He's gone a little rogue in there. There's made some sort of deal with people who have something to do with Soma. And that's one of the things that we're looking into.
So you're looking into Soma. So who's making it? Who's dealing it?
We don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
Its chemical structure is incredibly complex. It takes a lot more than something someone can cook up in your garage.
Yeah, I just read that. New York Times yesterday.
Wait,
So
I
you
can't
got the
remember.
leads?
So wait, did Jasen, because Solga has been researching Soma.
Yes.
Did Jasen slip the reporter Solga's research, or should she do her own research?
She did her own research. She apparently has a chemist or something like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What was the last thing Martha asked?
Martha said, yeah, got any leads?
Several, but I don't know how much I can trust you
That's
as far
fair.
as I don't even know who you're working with. I don't know what your intentions are.
As well. My intention is to make the world safer.
My intention is to save the world.
Then we're on the same team.
Time will tell. But I'll bring out
She shrugs and picks up her coat.
the camera and the sound equipment.
Okay.
And say, I'm going to propose to Jasen that we go stake it out, find out what we can find out.
Oh,
You're
stake
welcome.
out.
You're welcome to come. You're welcome to come along.
All right. When's this happening?
I'm not sure. I have to talk to Jasen first, but I was hoping tomorrow night, or I don't know. We could do it later tonight. We have to wait till next session, so I could ask Jasen. But
She nods, and
in game terms, I'm like, I have to talk to him, but maybe later tonight, maybe tomorrow night.
she says, "All right." She says, "Let me know. I'm in."
Okay. Yeah. You can meet Jasen and whoever else is coming along. I have to. I also don't want to go into too much detail until without conferring with my people. We're in this together, if you will.
Yeah, she nods, and she says, "All right. Let me know how to reach me." And she puts on her coat, and she steps towards the door, and then she turns around like she remembers something. She smiles and raises her hand, one of her like ringed hands, does a gesture, and then she just bursts into black fog, and the black fog vanishes.
I'm a little surprised, but I'm only as surprised as I can be for someone who's literally tunneled through hell. My opinion hasn't changed, although now I'm paranoid that she can hear me, so I'm not going to say what a fucking weirdo, but I'm definitely thinking it.
Okay.
Which, a lot of that is just because, obviously, this is biased, because as a group, I think we're pretty psychologically damaged and world weary.
Yeah.
I've seen good people do crazier stuff and die horribly enough times.
Yeah.
I'm just convinced that, I'm just thinking this cavalier attitude is going to get this person killed.